We quit smoking weed and our anxiety went away. So we just interviewed Shelby. On the other video, Shelby smoked weed for 10 years and quit, and this is what happened. And we're hanging out here with the dog in this beautiful scenery, and we were just having a conversation about how the connection between anxiety and weed. So you mentioned that one of the reasons that you quit smoking is because of anxiety. So how did you have anxiety from weed, or how did you notice that those things were connected?
I guess you didn't really notice the connection until you stopped for a certain amount of time, and then you would smoke again, and then your anxiety would be magnified and amplified, and then that's when you started realizing the connection, like, oh, it's like I've had anxiety all this time, and I never really attributed it to the constant weed smoking, but yeah, that's when I started making the connections, when I stopped and then started again and then stopped again.
So you think the anxiety is normal,
I thought it was.
but then you find out that it's not normal.
Yes.
Yeah. So for me, I would have these crazy bad panic anxiety attacks, and I don't know why I thought it was okay. It's not like I thought it was normal, but it was always weed related, and I just kept smoking. Some crazy bad ones where I'm like lying in bed, like clutching my chest.
Mm-hmm.
But then also I'd have like the daily anxiety where I'm like coming into dinner high, and I'm like, everybody knows. Like,
yeah, like socially
don't
like everyone's
don't
looking
look
at
at me.
you.
Yeah.
And everyone's like reading your head, or they're in your head, and they like know exactly what you're thinking. Yeah, and that was just like constant every day. Like that's just how I live my life, and it's kind of essentially why I stopped smoking, was because I didn't want that anymore.
A lot of people don't realize the connection between weed and psychotic disorders. It causes any kind of schizophrenia. Usually is marijuana related. Not all marijuana leads to schizophrenia. Most of it doesn't, but most schizophrenia is marijuana related. There's a strong link there. And weed-related psychosis is where you have sort of like delusions, or just have experienced crazy thoughts or feelings.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people use the medicine to help with their anxiety, which I think is fine, but you have to dose it, right? Like too much can lead to a lot of psychotic episodes, which would happen to me several times through my life. And yeah, like you said, I just thought it was okay. It was normal.
Could it be the correct dose is 0?
Yes, for some people, because everyone's body chemistries are different, indeed.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of better ways that you can manage anxiety than turning to drugs, right? Like if you're stressed out, maybe you want to resolve that problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people are looking for quick fixes, whether it's in a pill or smoking or whatever else your vice may be. But essentially, like if you really want to manage the anxiety in the long term, then you need to find more sustainable solutions.
I always like solving the problem, but another thing is like going for a swim, going for a run, doing some breathing. Those are some good things to resolve anxiety. Meditating, diving into your inner self, getting more comfortable with the world. Those are some things that you could do to improve your anxiety. So hope you found that helpful. If you found that useful, make sure to hit the thumbs up. Anything you want to add? Anybody's experiencing a lot of anxiety, what they should do or ought to do?
Just be kind to yourself.
Yeah, and quit smoking weed. Yeah. Free course. There's a free course down below. It's going to help you quit smoking weed or quit any other harmful habit, addiction, anything that you're stuck on. It's free. There's a link to that down below. So if you haven't yet dived in, you should. It's going to help you out a lot. Right?
Yep.
Okay, peace, much love, and talk to you soon.